Hello and welcome to English Cottage Catholic. May the peace of Christ be with you. Today the weather is absolutely bitterly cold. I went out for a walk earlier today and it was absolutely freezing. There was frost and ice everywhere. It really reminded me of the poem by Christina Rossetti, "In the bleak midwinter, frosty wind made moan. Earth stood hard as iron, water like a stone." My fingers were frozen, they were frozen solid. There was no snow, but it was just really, really cold. And actually, everything was so beautiful. It was a really lovely walk. It was quite a short walk because I just felt so cold, but it was so beautiful. And I was ready after that walk to come back home and enjoy some homemade hot chocolate and some GRASMERE gingerbread sent all the way from Sarah Nelson's gingerbread shop in Grasmere in the Lake District. So do come and join me. Now, this will not just be any hot chocolate. This is my secret recipe. Not secret anymore, but it's my recipe for ultra thick, gloopy hot chocolate. Absolutely scrumptious hot chocolate. But before we start making the hot chocolate, I just thought I'd mention that whilst I was filming, I hadn't noticed, but when I looked at my film footage afterwards, I noticed that in one of the parts of the video I took, that the sun seemed to be moving about a bit, and then in another place where I took some photographs, that the rays of light coming from the sun were sort of in the shape of a cross. Now, I've not noticed anything like that happen before. Perhaps it's really common that happens, but I'll share it with you so you can see. And it's very subtle. It's not really very noticeable, but I thought I'd share it because I thought that was quite special. So I'm back at home now, and this is the package that had arrived when I got home. It's from GRASMERE Gingerbread, and it's a pack of 6 pieces of gingerbread and a little tin to put them in. And the good thing about having the tin is that if you really like the gingerbread, then you can order some more and you can keep it in the tin each time, so it's quite handy. Inside the box, there's a sort of a bit like a gift card, and it's got a picture on the front, and inside it's got some information about the company, and there's kind of a blank bit, so if you did want to give it as a gift, you could sign that and give it to somebody. And it's got some really interesting information. It says, this is a delicious delicacy from the Lake District. Its unique, intoxicating, spicy flavour tastes like nothing else on earth. Crafted from a secret Victorian recipe, it is baked fresh every day at the GRASMERE Gingerbread shop inside historic Church Cottage, from where your gift was purchased. We hope that you enjoy this wonderful treat. And it gives a bit more information on the back. It says, now that you have experienced Sarah Nelson's GRASMERE gingerbread, please visit our charming shop at Church Cottage in the heart of Grasmere. Adjoining St Oswald's churchyard, where romantic poet William Wordsworth is buried, it was originally built as a village school in 1630. Later, it became the home of local cook and baker Sarah Nelson, who invented her delicious gingerbread here in 1854. Now, I am so looking forward to tucking in to some gingerbread. And I thought, what could be better than some homemade hot chocolate along with the gingerbread? I think it's going to be so scrumptious. I've gathered all the ingredients together, and you can find the recipe in the description box below. So I have the different ingredients. They're actually in my Burley Blue Asiatic Pheasants tea set. And I also have the Emma Bridgewater Midnight Deer half-pint mug and 8.5-inch plate, because I thought that the colours of the deer and the trees and the house, they were kind of gingerbread sort of colours. So I thought, oh, that will go nicely. They will look nice together. Okay, so let's begin. So we have 1 tablespoon of corn flour, 3 tablespoons of cocoa powder, 1½ tablespoons of white sugar, half a cup of cream, and 1 cup of milk. And really interestingly, I've just found out from doing this recipe that the cow creamer actually holds exactly 1 cup of milk. So amazing. And some mini marshmallows to sprinkle on top. So just as a small aside, now that I've been through the different ingredients that are needed, you might notice that I have got slightly more corn flour, and this is because I like my hot chocolate really, really thick, and actually I do usually end up eating it with a spoon in the end. It becomes a sort of blancmange. But if you follow the recipe and you only use the amount of corn flour in the recipe, then your hot chocolate will be lovely and thick, but it won't be solid. So just to explain that. Okay, right, what's next? First, add 1 cup of milk into the saucepan. Then add the cream. Next we add the corn flour, and once the corn flour has been added to the milk and the cream, then you whisk them together over a medium heat. And then you add the cocoa powder, and again you whisk the ingredients together over the medium heat. Next we add the white sugar and whisk again, and by now you'll begin to see that the mixture is thickening and it's getting nice and hot. So now is the golden moment when your hot chocolate is ready to pour into your favourite mug. Absolutely delicious. I cannot wait. I'm sprinkling on the mini marshmallows. I just wanted to pour them all in. This is such a feast. It feels really decadent. The hot chocolate that I've made, as I mentioned, I've used so much corn flour that it is practically solid, and I cannot believe, and it's a very big mug. That's ½ a pint. That's a lot. But I'm going to enjoy every moment of this with the Sarah Nelson GRASMERE gingerbread. Look at that. Oh my goodness gracious. Praise be to God. Let's just find pleasure in the blessings that God gives us, and hot chocolate and marshmallows. I mean, what can I say? Thanks be to God. So here goes. Time to get out the gingerbread. Well, the first thing to say is it smells absolutely lovely. There's a real spicy, mouth-watering, sweet smell to this gingerbread. And it tastes absolutely delicious. That is the best gingerbread I've tasted. It's absolutely scrumptious. I need to have some hot chocolate now. This is so enjoyable. It's the nicest snack I've had for a while. It's absolutely delicious. It feels like such a treat. The gingerbread is so delicious, and actually the spices are so warming. It kind of leaves your mouth feeling a little bit hot. So after going out for the cold walk, when I came in I was so cold, and this is really lovely and warming. The hot chocolate and the warm spices of the gingerbread. It's absolutely delightful. Really, really delicious. I am going to now dip it into the hot chocolate and see how that goes. Oh my goodness, that is absolutely delicious. I really, really am enjoying this snack. It's absolutely delicious. Looks good and tastes even better. My conclusion? This gingerbread is very, very Moorish. This morning, as well as going for a walk, I also had a chance to pop to a second-hand bookshop, and I found a wonderful book. It's a book of religious art pictures from an exhibition called Seeing Salvation, which occurred at the National Gallery in London in the year 2000, so 25 years ago now. But the book is absolutely wonderful. I mean, it's in really good condition. It's as new, really. The book is called The Image of Christ, and it's the catalogue of the exhibition that I've just mentioned, which was called Seeing Salvation. And that's the exhibition that was at the National Gallery in the year 2000. I've really, really enjoyed leafing through the pages of the book. There are so many amazing quality pictures, absolutely lovely, absolutely breathtaking, and to see the pictures so close up. Some of them, they show you the picture and then they show you a close-up of a certain part of the picture. And I'm going to share a few pages of this book with you because I've just enjoyed it so much, and I find that beautiful works of art can deepen prayer and they can inspire. It can also be helpful with keeping focused when you're praying the Rosary, for instance, or the Stations of the Cross. If you can find an appropriate painting for each decade or station and to gaze on this while you pray. God can reach out to us through art, and actually one of the things this book says about Salvador Dali's Christ of St. John of the Cross, painted in 1951, is that although there was a chorus of condemnation from the art press of the time, people of all social classes and walks of life flocked to see it. 50,000 people saw it in the first 2 months, and reports spoke of their reactions. Men entering the room where the picture is hung instinctively take off their hats. Crowds of chattering, high-spirited schoolchildren are hushed into awed silence when they see it. Another of my favourites is William Holman Hunt's The Light of the World, painted sometime between 1900 and 1904. In John 8:12, Jesus says, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me does not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life." And in Psalm 119:105, "Thy word is a lamp unto my feet, and light unto my path." The book says that Hunt deliberately set the scene at night because he wanted to accentuate the point of its meaning by making it the time of darkness. And that brings us to the need of this lantern in Christ's hand, he being the bearer of light to the sinner within, if he will awaken. And when asked why the door had no outside handle, he replied, "It is a door of the human heart, and that can only be opened from the inside." The late autumn setting and the ivy growing across the door may imply the person inside has had their heart closed to Jesus for some time. Perhaps they are even in the later years of their life, but Jesus hasn't given up on them. I do hope they'll open the door to him this time. Thanks so much for joining me. There's nothing like enjoying something delicious to eat and drink whilst reading a good book. May God bless all of us and grant us peace. Please do click on the thumbs up to like this video, and please do subscribe to the English Cottage Catholic channel for regular new videos. Thanks again. Till next time. Bye.